Okay, it's 2021 and Instagram has changed a lot. Not only has the platform evolved, but so has the way that brands are using it. Influencer marketing has come a long way since the beginning days of Instagram, and in this video, I'm going to share my top tips for landing paid brand deals, even if you have a really small audience, so stay tuned. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Natalie, CEO and co-founder of Boss Babe. So if you're new here, this channel is all about supporting ambitious women. I share no BS, straight to the point strategies on building a personal brand, growing on social media, and starting an online business. If you're into that, I would love for you to subscribe to the channel and join our amazing growing community. All right, so today we are talking all things brand deals. But before I jump into the how, first we need to talk about influencer marketing. As I mentioned, the way that brands are using social media has totally evolved. Back in the beginning days of social, companies were really inexperienced and kind of just figuring out how on earth to work with influencers. Nowadays, things have changed. There are entire teams that are just focused on social media and influencer marketing. For many companies, especially online businesses, it's the main focus of how they actually market and sell their products. At Boss Babe, we have a team of 12 who are all focused on brand partnerships, content creation, and all things social. And as someone who has worked with massive companies like Good American, Elle Magazine, as well as the smaller brands, the one thing that I can tell you is that you do not need a massive audience to get paid brand deals. You do, however, need to understand the process and to be able to create a system so that you can show up as the professional that brands actually want to work with. I'm going to break it all down and make it really easy and simple for you. So the first step is to have a clear niche. The more specific you are with your content, the easier it is for brands to understand how they can work with you and fit into your content. For example, if you have a fitness account, it's going to be much easier for you to connect with companies like supplement brands and clothing brands in that industry because they know that your followers are interested in fitness content. Before social media, companies used to have to advertise in very, very different ways. Like they would spend money on print ads, TV commercials, and actually send flyers in the mail, hoping that a portion of that audience would be interested in their products. Now with Instagram and YouTube and Facebook, they can be much more targeted and get in front of the exact people they know are really interested in buying their products and services. When you approach a brand and they can see that you have a very specific account with a very specific audience, whether it's fitness or fashion or beauty, it's going to be a lot easier for them to collaborate with you. This leads me to my next tip, which is to understand your audience. At the end of the day, the goal of a brand is to connect with potential customers, and the more you can prove to them that your audience is a group of people who are interested in brands like theirs, the way more inclined they're going to be to want to work with you. They're going to get better results. It's not guesswork. Instagram actually gives you an entire breakdown of your audience demographics as well, which just makes this entire thing so much easier, and brands often want to see a screenshot of this. So all you have to do is go to your profile, click insights, then go to your audience, and it will show you a breakdown of the type of followers you have, including age, location, gender, along with when they are most active on Instagram. Brands are going to want to see this, and if you can showcase that you have a really targeted audience of followers that share the same demographics as a brand's target audience, then it's an easy yes for them to want to work with you. So we talked about niching and we talked about audience. Now let's talk about how to put this all together and start getting paid brand deals. The best way to do this is with a pitch deck. Now, whether you have 1,000 followers or 1,000,000 followers, having a pitch deck is going to allow you to showcase your value and will position you as an expert. I have a pitch deck that I use for my personal brand as well as the one that we use at Boss Babe. You can also call it a media kit. They're kind of interchangeable and it makes a really huge difference. I showcase my account, my audience demographics, the type of partnerships I've created in the past with results, and the type of offers I have to work with brands. Once you have a pitch deck or a brand kit, you're able to actually streamline that outreach process, which leads me to the final tip: perfecting the outreach process. One of the biggest mistakes I see new influencers make is they assume that if they just start posting content, that brands are going to start reaching out to them. And while yes, you might get a DM from a company here and there, that is not the best way to go about it. Instead, I encourage you to treat your social media like a business, even if it's a brand new business. Once again, it does not matter if you have a small account or a huge following, taking action and having a reach out process is going to make a huge difference. At Boss Babe, we have an entire team dedicated to managing partnerships. But when I got started on Instagram, it was a different process. I did all of the outreach myself, and I still do a lot of it myself. It works. So let me break this down for you. First, you need to do some research and curate a list of brands that you might like to work with. You might have guessed, if you know me, if you're not new here, I have a spreadsheet to do this. I have a spreadsheet for everything. And what I will do is go on Instagram and add brands that are aligned to the spreadsheet. One thing to mention, I suggest you create a list of different size companies. Now, naturally, if you are a smaller fitness influencer, it's going to be hard to get in touch with like Nike or Reebok, but there are a bunch of small to medium sized brands that have a budget to work with micro influencers. I suggest adding all of the brands to the list. Like, look at who else people are collaborating with, so it'll give you an idea. I'd put the brand, the type of products they sell, the size of their audience, and their contact on the spreadsheet. We'll get to their contact in a second. Now, once I have a really good list, I curate a message. I do have a template that I work off, but it is important that you're not coming off as spammy and inauthentic, and it's really personal to the brand. At the end of the day, there is a person on the other side of that email managing that brand's account, and ultimately it's their attention that you need to get. If it feels like a copy and pasted message, then that person is going to glaze over your DM and move on to the next. So a few tips to make your message stand out. Start with how you are a follower of the brand and that you would love to create a mutually aligned partnership. Then follow up with what you can offer them. Then finally, ask if you can get in touch with their partnerships or influencer manager so you can discuss a collaboration and share your deck or media kit. By doing this, you're going to show up as a professional and you're going to make it very clear that you can offer value to this brand. So to get started, I would probably reach out to like 5 to 10 brands a week. Then once you get a response and a contact, put that contact's email in the spreadsheet, save it, and move on to the final stage, which is crafting an email to that team member. So as you can see, we've created a funnel. We love a funnel. First, we research and create a list of aligned brands. Then we go through the process of direct outreach on Instagram. Then once you get a response, we get in touch with the right team member in charge of partnerships and send a professional email. Now, I go in depth on how to strategically craft brand deals and make me on Instagram in my signature program, Insta Growth Accelerator. But for this video, I actually crafted an outreach template you can use to start reaching out to brands. Also, if you guys have any questions on brand deals, growing on Instagram, or anything related to social, drop me a message in the comments below because I always check them. And finally, if you've not already done it, it would mean the world to me if you'd like this video because it makes a big difference with the YouTube algorithm. So that free sheet that I mentioned, the link is below, so go and grab it, go download it. It's totally there, ready for you to take. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.